You're listening to the Warlord Radio Podcast. Welcome to Warlord Radio Podcast. I am your host, Carrek Coleman. With me always is my co-host and hetero life mate, Craig Meinhardt. I am super fucked up on allergy meds right now.
Yeah.
So tonight should be very interesting.
Nice.
We have an awesome pair of guests tonight from local, they're entrepreneurs, fellow podcasters, hells of musicians,
Overlords of Denton.
quite the t-shirt designers, and purveyor of pink records.
Yes.
Many pink records.
Many pink records.
Lots of pink.
We have The Spectacle. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
I'm James, and I'm in The Spectacle. I sing in The Spectacle, and
I am Dustin. I play bass in The Spectacle.
And what else do you do, Dustin?
I am a recovering alcoholic that's drinking beer right
Yeah,
now.
I was about to say, you're not doing great.
I'm not doing great.
Hi, Dustin.
Keep blowing it. No.
Yeah.
oops.
Tell us about your podcast.
I also do a silly little podcast out of Fort Worth called the Jerry Jonestown Massacre.
Nice. And,
And,
how long have you guys been around?
5 years.
And how about The Spectacle? How long has The Spectacle been around?
Oh, God.
You guys have been
6 years, maybe 7 years. Longer, is
I
it
thought it was
longer?
10 years.
10 years? I don't know. A long time.
I saw
thought it
you
was 10.
guys.
Too long.
I'll put it this way. The first time I saw The Spectacle was probably like 2.5 years before I even started Diesel Beast. And
And
Diesel
when
Beast's
was
been
that?
around for a minute. I think we've been together like almost 5 years now.
Okay. I want to say like 2007. Sounds good.
That would be 11 years then.
11 years. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, guys. So yeah, they are veterans of the battlefield, as it were, in the DF Dub.
Right?
So I don't know, man. Like I said, fucked up on allergy medicine. I'm gonna let you drive, and then I'm gonna give quips and funny little anecdotes as we go along.
So we're recording this in early November, and you guys just played a pretty big show for Halloween, right before Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Where you guys did your Death Clock set. So tell us a little bit about that. That's kind of a thing that you do annually, right?
Yeah. This is like the 12th year of doing the Do For It Records Halloween show that we typically do two nights in a row, but we did one night at Andy's this last 2 weeks ago. Halloween?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. And so it's not just Do For It bands, but any bands. We just ask if they would like to participate, and basically it consists of picking a band that you like or influenced by and playing like them, dressed up as them.
I've been to several of them. In fact, man, I've missed a few concerts this year. I've made it to a lot of concerts this year, and the one that I missed, my sitter bailed on me. And I didn't get to see you guys be Death Clock. And anybody knows me knows that I'm a huge fucking Death Clock fan. And I actually sat there. Somebody recorded like the whole set.
Oh, nice.
And I watched the entire set on my phone because I was just so bummed I missed the show. You guys did a great fucking job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it did. But they're really fun shows. Essentially, like, you know, like he said, they bring out a bunch of bands, and then it's like, who do you like? Who would you like to play a set as? I think, didn't Shaolin Death Squad do like Mr. Bungle one year?
They've done that 2 years in a row. Yeah, Mr. Bungle.
They kill it though. They do so well.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
it's in their wheelhouse for
who
sure.
was House Harkonnen with somebody one time, and they nailed it.
They've done lots of things. They've done let me think. They've done Weezer. Yes, they've done Weezer.
I know they've done Weezer, but I don't know.
No,
if
they
it was
did. They
for-
did it one Halloween.
It was for Halloween?
Yeah, and
'Cause they do it on their own.
Did they do
too.
Nirvana?
They've done Nirvana.
I think that was the one. I was just watching it, and I was like, this is so fucking perfect.
They did. Well, they were supposed to do Metallica one year, and they came out and did Duran Duran.
See, actually, we were talking about this. Next year, we want to get in on one of these. I'm going to invite myself to your show.
Sure, of course.
We want
Please
to
do.
we want to be Metallica, but we're not going to sing any of the lyrics right. I'm just going to make up gibberish lyrics, and we're going to do Metallica.
So you're going to do Metallica the right way.
Exactly.
Nice.
Will you only do From Load On?
But no, I'm going to do it all, man. I'm going to do it. And the only song that I'm going to sing perfectly is I Disappear. Like the worst fucking Metallica song. I'm going to do it note for note.
Unforgiven 2. Right?
Okay, so that is what you think is the worst Metallica song?
That's my least favorite for sure.
Okay.
What's your word?
No, I'm right there with you.
Okay, yeah, no,
That one
there
is
we go.
terrible.
Hey, Jason, I think we're all going to talk about our least favorite Metallica songs. Jason's a huge Metallica mark, and he's unabashed and unashamed of this.
Yes.
Of all of it, you like all of it?
No.
There was a sharp no in the background.
Sharp no.
Saint Anger and Death Magnetic were not that great, and the new album is not up to par, but it's way better than Saint Anger.
I only like their old stuff, bro. You gotta listen to it on vinyl.
Basement tapes, dude.
Remasters.
We did Metallica. That was the first year you came out and saw us, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we did Metallica. But we had to do like I Was Burnt, James.
Like after he got blown up by pyro.
Yeah, and then Peter, our other guitarist, played Dave Mustaine.
That's hilarious.
And there was a lot of Kirk
Did you kick
and
him out
Dave
after
fighting.
the show?
Yeah,
So good.
I think you kicked him out midway through the set, didn't you?
yeah. It was like this.
So great.
I can't remember what song it was. This is big build up. It was on. I think it was on Justice. I can't remember what song it was, but it just has this big build up, and then he was in his clean channel by mistake, and then so we had this little like funny part where we were like making fun of Dave Mustaine. So it worked out okay.
Oh God, I don't think I made it to that one either. That sounds like such a fucking rad show.
But yeah, we buy a lot of wigs. Let's just put it that way.
Rad.
There's a lot of wigs being bought.
In my opinion, these tribute shows are kind of like tradition now, as
Yeah.
far as Halloween in Denton goes. And I mean, they're a blast.
And it works really well with the Day of the Dead, and we've got a
Yeah.
coffin in the Day of the Dead, so it's like a whole day of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually played the Day of the Dead with the Denton Music Collective.
I saw you.
It was a fucking blast.
Were you on stage?
Yeah,
I saw
singing.
you.
I was singing like slow jazz and smooth rock. It was weird. My dad talks me into doing the weirdest shit. Bone Doggy's my dad. And it
Yeah.
was just,
That's awesome.
It's not shit I would ever do myself. I wouldn't be like, hey man, you know what we should cover? Fucking Werewolves in London.
It's a good song, man.
Warren Zevon.
It is.
So, what do you guys have coming up next?
We don't have any shows coming up. We're actually, we have like maybe 5 or 6 songs written. We're going to start to do like a little pre-pro pretty soon. Actually, we started today, but we're not there.
Yeah.
But next week we'll start to record it. This is the first time we've been able to record the drums decently. Because so like the Death Clock show was the first time we've ever played with V drums live. It was really weird.
Yeah. I can see how that would
Because
be
like on
strange.
stage, you're like
strange.
tink, 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 tink. It sounded really good out there. So we tried to like get some keyboard amps on stage just so you could hear it, because it's hard to get into it when you're like bink, bonk, bink, dink, dink. So
If you watch the video, you may see our heads like slowly, our
Just
ears like tilted out to the audience a little
Right.
bit so we could hear the
Try,
drums.
right?
We're like, okay,
Lean
yeah, I think
over
it's over there, I
the
think it's over there.
monitors.
Yeah.
I would never do it again live, but it was a good experience to try it. I mean,
It really depends on the venue, though, too.
yeah.
I mean, some venues are equipped for it, but
Andy's is one of those
Andy's has
venues
everything.
that's like, it's almost good enough for everything, but just not quite. I love playing
I
at
love
Andy's.
Andy's.
I love
Andy's
Andy's.
great. Yeah.
And after they've remodeled it, like, at first I didn't like it because I have a soft spot for dive bars.
yeah.
And, like, let's be real, before the remodel, that place was a toilet with a bouncer that I had a lot of affection for.
I was gonna say I miss the old Andes.
Yeah,
like
you
I
miss the
really do
skank
prefer
Andes?
it. Yeah,
I have only one qualm with it, and that is
That fucking light,
no.
Okay.
The height of the stage.
it's huge. No, because I wear a kilt every now and then, not at Andy's, bro.
let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Oh, you wear it the Scottish way, I
You're going to
guess.
see
Yeah.
the diesel balls, man.
That's right.
I'd do it. I mean, why not?
that's
Hike
a
a
very
leg
good
up on the
point.
monitor and just let it go.
What's happening?
What's up?
So, have you guys recently put out an album?
No, we haven't put one out since 2015. That's why we got to get another one out pretty soon. So I know
Slacking.
we are slacking, but the thing is that what happens every year, we're like, okay, we're gonna do this right now. It's Halloween's done. We're gonna get to it, and then we write a bunch of stuff, and then life happens, and then
Yeah.
fucking it's all of a sudden summer again.
And it's time to pick another band.
Right.
But I think it does help us as far as music, like writing,
Yeah.
for sure, because you learn so much from like covering a band, like the physicality of it all, but also like the different, like the way the structures of the songs, and like, oh wow, that's interesting. I've never thought of writing or anything like that. So that is something that has influenced us quite a bit throughout choosing a different band every time and going, oh, okay. Oh, that band's shit. No, I'm just kidding. That band's really good. And Yeah, so
No, but I imagine like when you analyze the fuck out of it when you have to learn it note for note like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's.
yeah,
I mean, holy shit.
yeah. The Death Clock stuff is fucking hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fucking those guys. That band is fake,
Yeah.
and they are better than a lot of
one
bands.
guy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Brendan Smalls.
Well, and
Right.
what's
And
the
Gene
Goes
Hoglan.
nuts.
Yeah,
Gene
the
Hoglan, yeah,
bass
yeah.
player. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? It's a cartoon band that I would like. I bought every one of their fucking albums.
Yeah.
I've seen them live twice. Like,
They're great.
there are other, like, even death metal bands where I'm like, this is not as good as this cartoon band over here.
It's true. Well, the first album for me is just like, that's my favorite.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mine
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
It just, and that show nails it. Like, my wife is not a metalhead at all. I am a metalhead to the point where it's annoying. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, why do you like Death Clock so much? And I was like, because this is basically what's going on in the head of any metalhead at any given time. We're thinking about death helicopters and fucking shooting vodka into our eyeballs and tasing bouncers. Like, yeah.
Lost Vikings is a personal favorite.
Oh yeah, that one is good. We did that one like because we did it like 4 or 5 years ago, and we did that one. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta choose which ones you want to do, and there's a
Right.
big argument over it. So, but yeah,
So tell us a little bit about Do For It Records.
sure. So Do For It Records started in 2010 with basically our band, Shaolin Death Squad, House Arconan, and we just all decided let's just make a label.
Yeah.
Because HK had been searching through labels. They actually got an album done through Atlantic at that point, and it didn't go anywhere. And so we were like, let's just put out our own music and look for other bands that we like and enjoy, and just see if they want to get involved, and hopefully bring down the cost of everything by sharing everything.
Yeah.
But not to mention, I mean, you're really hands-on with every, like, you print the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Do you do design work as well?
Yeah. Anything they need. If they don't need me, I'm just like, yeah. But like anything they do need, we try and help each other out. So
I mean, like, you took care of a lot of our album. I mean, you worked with us for months.
yeah.
And sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all part of the process. And,
Turned out great. So that's what's important.
Exactly,
you
exactly.
Are these the guys you were telling me about?
know? Right. Yes.
Holy shit! No. It was great. It was great.
I guess what impresses me about Do For It Records, though, is, I mean, you guys have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can't, you see, especially in Denton, which is a double college town with a lot of musicians, you see people pop up with like bullshit record labels all the time, like and they don't do anything with it. But I mean, you're like an establishment in this town. Everybody knows Do For It Records.
I appreciate that. Thanks. I think it's just because we're like an amateur record label.
DIY.
Yeah,
right?
we're not
Right.
like
DIY.
there's no one getting a massive paycheck and going, hey, I'm gonna buy a pool, and then you fucking boat. There's no one in that.
Except for the Escalade you pulled up in tonight.
True.
Right.
Rolled in with
yeah.
sinners and
Suspiciously.
Yeah.
Sorry, bands. There's no money.
it's
no
just
money.
murdered out. You're like,
That's a tax write-off.
Come to my house for steak and champagne.
well, the thing was, it was sitting for us at the helicopter pad that we flew.
Right.
Since we had to come from Dallas Fort Worth.
It was part of it. It was part of it.
We flew the helicopter up, the Do For It helicopter, and landed, and then got into the.
They actually just bought our show just now. This is the last episode of Warlord Radio.
All right.
Done deal.
Done deal. But I guess so. Who all do you want to give a shout out to that's been on your label for a while? Or
Oh yeah, like House Arconan,
Yeah.
and obviously Shaolin Death Squad, which is a big band.
That's
from
one of my
Denton.
favorites.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite bands, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna like miss bands, and they're gonna.
I
be
know.
pissed
Isn't that
off.
the worst? Being put on the spot and then
yeah.
blank?
So
Sorry, I'm fucked up on allergy
So
medication.
in Dallas, we got Duel, which is a really good rock band that just put an album out that Dustin's heard and I haven't.
Is it good?
How is it good?
Oh, he's on the spot.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about
You,
this. I think
of
there's
course
a
you
whole-
can. Of course you can.
There's a delay. This isn't coming out tomorrow, so don't worry about it.
I don't know. There's like an NDA on everything, so I don't know.
Right?
but it's really fucking good.
Yeah, okay.
It's really fucking good. I really like it. So,
I've heard you guys can afford the lawyers, so it's cool.
You can fly them in on your helicopter.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they're the DIY lawyers. So,
Yes.
it's very...
So it's really just one guy with a name tag that
Yeah.
says, "Hello, my name is Lawyer."
My name is Lawyer.
So where do you guys, one thing we like to ask is kind of like behind the scenes for bands, like where do you all practice at?
Oh, well, we practiced in Dallas at a place that isn't even on the map. Is that me?
No, that was me.
Yeah,
I screwed
the
up.
bottle can opening.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Cool.
gents.
The band in the other room is throwing me off bad.
Right?
Let me see. It's like right off Mockingbird. It doesn't have a
It
name.
doesn't have a name.
Is it a rehearsal spot?
It is a rehearsal spot.
Okay.
But it's a little seedy area of Dallas. It's right off Mockingbird and 35.
That would just be
and-
Dallas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say.
But that's where we practice. I mean, it's pretty secure. But,
Yeah,
but everyone practices in their own spot.
it's-
We share a room with Duel.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's not pro rehearsal, is it?
It does.
No, they're around the corner.
They're around the corner.
Okay,
they're-
but same area.
Same area.
Okay.
So
I mean, if my arm's in good shape, I could
Right.
throw a football over the mountains and hit it.
I got you. Quarter mile back in
Yeah.
'82.
Yep.
do you guys,
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, Uncle Rico.
Some Uncle
That's good.
Rico.
That's good.
so are all of the bands on due for it, like pretty local, like Dallas, Fort Worth, Denton?
Yeah, we've got one band that's from Sweden.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh my God! If I get their name wrong, they're gonna be so angry
Right.
at me.
We
Hold on.
we needed them for the corpse paint.
Yes.
I mean, we need it needs to be authentic.
I think so.
I was going
We're
to
not-
say, can we get a spectacle corpse paint show?
I would absolutely
Please?
love that.
So this, I'll confess.
Could you guys do some Norwegian death metal or black metal next Halloween show?
Good.
Who good?
Do some
Sneaking
Gorgoroth.
Past Dogs is their name.
Okay,
Yeah.
sneaking past
Past
dogs.
dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the first show I have ever worn corpse paint.
Yeah.
Ever. And I had a
It's-
blast with it. I was like,
Nice.
this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Who did you model yours after?
Well, I just had to do
You just went-
Murder
you just went
Face.
to town?
I had to
Okay.
do Murder Face. So
I got you.
Yeah.
No, we noticed that in Dieselby shows every now and then we put on war paint, and
Yeah.
the show's kind of elevated a little bit. And then I read this whole article about there's a psychological response to like wearing sunglasses or a mask or something on stage. And it just has to do with like it kind of lets you let out your inner self without like, psychologically you don't feel like you're being judged. You're just like, fucking, I'm wearing corpse paint. Hail Satan, let's do this.
I was in an old band that used to wear masks.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was being judged the whole time. Like, what are these fuckers up there wearing masks? Just play your damn songs. That's what I came, and I want to see you guys, not you with,
Shaolin does
you know,
what-
your
I was going to say, right? Yeah. I was going to say Shaolin wears masks.
They do.
They have a whole gimmick though. Like you can't show up in
But they're
any
good.
old math. Yeah.
Oh,
The band
yeah.
I was in wasn't good. So that's a problem. That's a good band
Key difference.
What was the name
with
of the
pros.
What was the name of the mask band, man?
At the time, it was Mobius.
Mobius. That's very ominous.
Yeah, down in Fort Worth. Yeah.
What kind of masks did you wear? Was it like full on Slipknot or?
No, I had one of those blank theater masks.
Yeah.
With no expression whatsoever. I wore, and some of the other guys made their own paper mache masks that were all crazy and had dreadlocks coming out of them. And I think our drummer was just a surgeon.
What era was this?
So what are we in, 96
Oh, okay.
to 99,
That makes
somewhere
sense.
There you go.
So like just right about Mushroom Head time.
Well, I
That was the saddest knot I've ever seen.
yeah.
Well, yeah, you hate admitting to things like that. You're like, yeah.
That's what it looked like. We were all the rejects from Slipknot. Like, these masks do not pass muster, so we'll wear them.
Because I don't want you to feel singled out. I was in a coal chamber cover band. Like, right?
That's awesome.
That collective ooh was completely deserved.
How long did it take you to learn those songs? Like 10 minutes? 15
Man,
minutes?
okay.
Like-
I was like 13 and I was just starting to play bass.
Oh, okay.
And so it was just like chop, 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 chop.
Yeah.
Chop, 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 chop. Like it was so fucking easy, man.
Yeah. Easy, but sometimes those easy things are easy to mess up.
They
It's
are.
too
If
easy.
you're not on. Luckily, we had this kid. He was like 13 years old. He was the tightest drummer that I've ever fucking worked with. And now he like sells car insurance or something. Like he doesn't even drum anymore. But he was like this prodigal drummer. And if it wasn't for him, we would have been
Awful.
way. Well, we were pretty awful. We would have been way worse though.
True.
So,
Drummers are important.
Jim, what's the most embarrassing band you've ever been in?
Me? Oh, me? I've been in many embarrassing bands.
That takes a big man to admit.
I've been in many. Well, I was in Mugzoo
Spectacle.
for a long time,
Right,
which
yeah.
has been around.
Not counting the specters.
You were in Mugzoo?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, and
That's
that
like-
was from 96 till 2005.
I used to sneak into Mugzoo shows underage.
Oh, really?
With all the punk rock kids on Fry Street.
Yeah. That was us, and we were embarrassing because we were stupid and young, and so yeah, the end.
It happens. Happens to all of us.
Yeah,
So, how many bands have you been in?
Two, three, and then I'm in a band called Hoof too, so that's 3. I think I've only been in 3 bands, maybe 4. I don't know. Maybe 4. I don't know. No, not many.
Your Wikipedia page was taken down, so I can't.
How about you?
How about you? How many bands have you been in,
Yeah.
Dustin?
Well, do guest roles count?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Because I've played with Shaolin, and I fill in with Jesse Fry now, every once in a while, and then you guys,
It's 3,
and then I was with Eaton,
4.
Mobius,
5.
Ex Mobius, and Audioscopic.
Hold up. So Mobius had a continuation.
When 2 of the guys were kicked out of the band, we had to become Ex Mobius, EX.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
Did you still wear the
They dropped it.
masks?
No.
Okay, I was about to say that's the most embarrassing band you've
No,
ever
the
been
masks
in.
were gone. The mask left with those guys, and we actually made decent music. And
Nice.
actually recorded some stuff, and then I think that's about it. There's
that's
some
like
other stuff in the
6?
high school that don't really count.
Yeah.
I count the high school, but I mean, if you played a gig, I'd count it.
I mean, it's garage house parties and stuff. But
It's a gig.
yeah, I guess
How
so.
about you, Carrek? He's got the title so far.
Fuck, dude.
What did we stop at, like 6?
Yeah, I'll say
Shit,
so.
I've been in way more than 6 bands. And because I did.
There were more than 6 iterations of Bone Dog.
Yeah, I was about to
Right?
say, man, because I was in Bone Doggy for like 7 years, and that band just changed genre.
But we'll count that as one.
Yeah, I'll count
just for
Bone
the
Doggy
sake of
as one.
simplicity.
All right, when I was in high school, my first band was a shitty fucking band that sounded like Puddle of Mud unintentionally, and it was called Honey Nut. And we literally named it after some cereal we were looking at because we were high and we had to sign up for a battle of the bands. We didn't have a name yet.
Honey Nut.
And,
That's a good name. I like
yeah,
that.
I mean, it worked out.
There's
and
worse.
Then, yeah, for sure. And then I was in like a decent little new metal band called Diametric that was pretty good. We were out of Crumb. That's where I met Eric Clark from Rod of Obsidian. He used to run around with us for some reason. He was way better than us back then. And then,
Did you ever record at Harvey's?
yeah, I did.
Oh, we did too.
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah.
Talking about Crumb.
Shout out to Crumb. Your field
Right.
parties used to
Yeah.
be bonkers.
Shout out to Harvey.
And then I was in
H. Gerst.
Yes.
the Cold Chamber Band, and it was literally just called Chamber Music,
Nice.
which we thought was clever. And then their
Right.
second album dropped, and it was called Chamber Music, and we were like, "Fuck!" Now we just look super weak.
Y'all should have sued them.
Right?
That would have been awesome.
Listen.
Oh my
What
god!
the fuck? We were here first.
Are you the DIY lawyer?
Hello, my name is.
So okay, Honey Nut, Diametric,
Bone Doggy?
yeah, the Cold Chamber Band, Bone. No, because before that, I was in a fucking. I don't even know how I got talked into this. But I was in a Tool cover band. Not even a Tool cover band, like a tribute band. Like we just wrote songs that sounded like Tool songs.
So Tomahawk. No, just kidding.
Pretty much. We were called Undertow. And
Nice.
I played in that band for about a month. And that was when I realized that if you are going to make me tune my bass to drop D, I am quitting your band.
Yes. Good call.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And then I was in Bone Doggy actually, I was in the Hellraisers, which was a fucking ska band. And everybody can make fun of me all they want,
No,
but I got
dude,
all of my speed from that band.
No, I'm sure. If you're playing
that's
bass in a
complicated
ska
stuff.
band, you're the
Yeah.
best person in the band.
Right.
Kind of was. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit. Shout out to the Hellraisers. I love you guys, but fuck, I had to like really step up my game
No,
just to keep up in that
you're
band.
the only one doing anything.
Yeah.
And then when the ska band dissolved, and it really didn't even dissolve, just the lead singer who had the practice space moved away.
Right. Dope.
And we joined my dad just as his backing band. And Bone Doggy did everything from like Delta Blues to Gypsy Punk to straight up like Tom Waits' Dirty Lounge to jazz and shit, and then and then I was, so that's like 5. The 6th band I was in was Pine Box Radio, which was a psychobilly band. And that was actually pretty good, except our drummer sucked.
Did he stand up?
No.
No.
He couldn't even keep a beat. God bless him. No, not God bless him. Fuck you, Matt. You ruined my band.
Truth comes out. Another Carrek hot take.
Yeah, it was, man. That was a decent band. We had some really cool, like, Misfit style shit.
Nice.
And then after that, I went back to Bone Doggy, and at that point, he was just doing some weird, like, gothic pirate shit. And I was like, whatever. And then the guitar player that he had in Bone Doggy and I started Diesel Beast. That's I
there
think
you
I'm
go.
like 6 or 7. So we're up there.
And that's how Diesel Beast was
I didn't
born.
have to give you a comprehensive history of my entire
No,
music
it was
career.
good. It was
Can
good.
we get
Sorry.
the metal family tree for that?
These allergy meds are fucking me up.
I gotta add one more, or else the guys are gonna be pissed.
Okay, right?
Drag the Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Because
That's a great name for a band.
we've been a work in progress for like 2 years now, and our first show was the Do For It Halloween show,
Oh shit!
and we didn't even play our own stuff. We played Deftones, and it worked out great. It was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that might kickstart.
I think that's
Yeah,
actually
get
a
it
pretty
going.
good way to start a band, though. Like, if
Yeah.
you can
Just
cover-
fuck our own shit.
If
Let's
you can
play
cover a
Deftones.
whole set of someone else, then maybe
Yeah.
you can keep playing with it. Otherwise, just give up.
Yeah. If I don't say something, Matt will be mad, and then Peter will attack me. and-
No, whatever.
You know how it is.
What over in the Peanut Gallery? How about you, Jason? How many bands you got?
Jason was in a fucking Iced Earth cover band.
Nice,
That's kind of
Called
badass.
Ice Covered Earth.
nice.
That's horrible.
that is
Boy,
awesome.
y'all went a long way to name that.
Yes.
I know. Oh, I
Ice
know.
covered
Holy shit.
Earth.
Yeah.
Son of a
Dude,
bitch, Jason.
Just different enough to avoid getting sued. Genius.
Yeah, I probably got like 5 or 6, but most of them,
My favorite,
4 of them never gigged anywhere.
believe it or not, when I first saw Jason play guitar, he was in like a teeny bopper, like rock and roll band called My Kick Drum Heart with Brian Lambert. Shout out to
shit.
Brian.
Yeah,
And I remember distinctly being in the crowd for that show, and I'm like, that dude is way fucking too heavy for this band. Like, he is blowing those guys off the fucking stage, and they look pissed.
Right?
And then, so, like, I think maybe a month later, I was like, hey, man, join Diesel Beast.
It's funny.
The rest is history.
I'd
I'll
love
never
to see you
forget
in like
that.
an 80s cover band, just like ripping through some Warrant or something like that, man.
What about you, Craig? Because I know you've been in Silver Tongue Devil since the dawn of man.
Yeah.
There's got to be some other shit
That's
in there.
AD, and then BC. I had a band in Oklahoma where I'm from called Cypher.
Cypher?
And we were a weird punk metal
Where in Oklahoma?
crossover. It was when I lived in OKC,
Okay.
and we played a weird kind of punk, hardcore, like proto thrash mix. When it was super uncool to do that, so we pissed everybody off, and got kicked out of a bunch of venues and all that kind of good
Were you
The
stuff.
Blue Note, is that one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now it'd be genius.
I know. Yeah.
Come back, come play.
We were either ahead of the curve or behind it, but however it was,
2 decades behind.
we were not cool in the scene at all.
Were you the singer of that band, too?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you play guitar or anything?
No. I'm incompetent. I can't do anything.
No, you
else.
allegedly can play guitar. That's what I hear. I've never seen him do it, though.
How long has Silver Tongue Devil been around? Because we were talking about this, like a show we all did together up at
Abby.
and we were talking about it on our show, trying to figure out how long Silver Tongue's been around.
So we started in the spring of 05. So 13 going on
Son of a bitch.
13 and a half years now. So
Damn.
And it's been you and Alex the whole time, right?
correct.
Yeah. And
How many albums?
3 full-length albums, and then we're working on getting number 4 knocked out.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty incredible achievement. I mean, like, one album is a pretty good achievement. 4
Yeah.
is fucking insane.
It's a great achievement to be around somebody for that long, too.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, yeah.
Deal with them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right.
So, I mean, because that's legit. Like, when you're in a band, and when you do a band right, and I'm not talking about, like, you're just 4 dudes that know each other and get together and play music, but when you're in a band and you guys, like, socialize together and shit, like, it can get hairy sometimes.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
always one guy, right?
How many fist fights in 13 years?
None.
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 shit.
But
Oh,
you know,
that's awesome.
we've definitely had guys just quit and be like, fuck this and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's fine. But no, never had to like throw down or anything like that. So
Nice. That I can't say the same thing.
yeah.
I hit our drummer on the top of
I mean, let me put
rickety-ass
it this way:
staircase.
not on purpose. Like I've like taken abuse on stage and stuff like that, but it wasn't because we were like angry at each other or anything like that.
I've seen Alex hit you with his headstock.
Oh yeah, it's happened a few times. There was one time I really seriously thought that I was blind because we were playing at a little club in South Texas, and it was super cramped. It wasn't even a stage. You're like in a corner playing, and everybody's like next to each other. And I was headbanging, and he had kind of taken his guitar stuck and pushed it over just a little bit, and then jammed it up right as my head was coming down.
Oh,
So it hit the very top part
shit.
of my eye socket. And
Oh man, is there a video?
no,
there's some
So
gnarly pictures though, right?
At that point, it turned into like Keystone Cops because then I fell into the bass player who fell into the drummer.
Oh no.
And like when it happened, there was like enough pressure on it that I couldn't see for a second. And for just a split second, I was thought, "Oh, I'm blind." And then all of a sudden,
fucking rad with an eye patch.
and then all of a sudden, my eye popped open, and I was like, "Boop!" And it just had like a bunch of blood running down and stuff like that.
But didn't you got
God.
pictures from that one, right?
No, I got pictures from a different time that I split my head open on a stage out in Fort Worth. There used to be the Rockstar Sports Bar, and then it was like Rock Dogs and all this kind of
should
stuff.
tell that
We played
story.
shows with you guys there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was once eating, played a couple of shows with you guys
right
down
on.
there. That place.
Yeah, yeah, something else.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
But
was bad.
They had a kind of like angled PA that hung down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then you could go out on the stage like right beneath the overhang. And I did that, and I stood up, and I tried to be careful, but I guess I wasn't careful enough, and it caught me just right, so it hit my head. And I didn't know it was bleeding or anything like that until I felt like just a gush of sweat running down my head, but it wasn't
Yeah.
sweat. And then I saw the horrified look of the people all
That's
in the
my
front
favorite
row.
part of the story, where he's like, "Man, it's hot up here," and everybody's like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah,
going on?
yeah. And then somebody got a picture of it where I was just like the entire right side
And
of
he
my
looks
body
like
is
a
covered in blood.
fucking rock god in this picture,
That's
though,
awesome.
man. It's gnarly.
Or an old school wrestler.
Yeah, yeah.
They carried razors
That
around
was-
and
Getting
did
some color, getting some color.
That was my G.G. Allen impression right there.
Did you shit yourself
Right.
and
I-
throw it in the crowd?
I did not.
Oh.
So I kind of wimped out on that one.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I just
It's
kept
all
it
right.
blood and sweat. So.
Any of you guys had a gnarly injury or some shit like that on
No,
stage?
but our drummer does sometimes throw up a lot.
No shit.
Yeah, like
Like projectile, like
yeah.
I can't
projectile.
remember. Does he do vocals as well, or does he just
No,
hurl
he
when
just
he plays
throws up.
drums?
he just pukes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
You should work that into the set, though.
right?
Oh, it's been worked into the set.
Like in a drum solo.
But the amazing thing is he doesn't stop playing.
He just barfs on himself and keeps going.
Well, we now have a bucket we bring.
I was gonna ask if you,
But
had a
there has
bucket.
been shows where he just keeps playing and it's like smashing off the snare.
Floor
like,
tom and
Is it
That
nerve?
is so.
No, it's I think it's
Is he bulimic? And
No, I think it's like eating wrong before a show. We're doing too much exercise, or maybe having too many like energy drinks. Probably.
That'll fuck you up. But it's like I
Yeah.
can see if he's just sitting there like slamming hard boiled eggs,
right?
and then just fucking goes at it under some stage.
It's an
lights.
exertion of energy, I think that, and then like, oh god, it's so hot in here. Oh, there was a show we played at Tulsa, like, oh my god, like all of a sudden everyone started leaving the front of the crowd, walking back. I'm like, what's up? Where's everyone going? Because I didn't notice that it happened, but it was just like everywhere.
Oh man.
And we've done it at the Abbey too.
Oh shit.
that's so. The
missed
Abbey
that.
show,
The real reason Abbey closed down.
that was y'all's first show with Mike.
Yes,
The old bass player, and he was up there and he was all standing right next to the drums. It was last song.
That's so great. So he's like trying to jam with the
He's
dude.
all jamming around, and then all of a sudden Andy just goes. And when he did, it was one of those like mid-stroke coming down on cymbals and everything. So he threw up, and it just started splattering everywhere.
Oh man.
Well, Mike wasn't expecting it, and he'll like, how big the stage is at Abbey.
Yeah.
And he's over on the side with the old fire pit. Watching him like try to walk over and start playing on the fire pit was hilarious.
Oh
He's
yeah.
like, I'm done. I'm out of here. How far can this
Cord
guitar
go.
cord take me?
That's so great. Oh my god.
Yeah, lots of vomit.
And he's like, out of all things, this is my first show with these guys, and I totally wasn't expecting that. I didn't know it was coming.
How do you guys get to shows? Do you have a band van, or do you just caravan
we're not that.
everywhere?
We're not that professional.
We really do say, "Fuck you" to each other. Get your own shit up there
Okay.
and deal with it.
Man, that's hardcore.
Nice.
That's some Viking shit, though.
I
It's
like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like,
Show up with your shield or on it.
Yes.
I mean, I do help out because I just have a microphone. But like, I mean, some singers don't.
Yeah.
Well,
like I'm
you know,
out.
we all end up taking half of Andy's shit with us.
Yeah, our drummer. Yeah,
Because
it's a lot of shit.
it's a lot of shit. So we do help out there. And
Yeah.
How about, aside from playing around the Metroplex, like, have you guys done any touring, or even just like regional? Hey, we're gonna go out to.
A little bit. We
know,
like a couple of
wherever.
years, a year or two ago, we went all the way up to Kansas. That was interesting. Yeah, and
Like
we've
Wichita?
gone south all the way down to to Corpus,
Were you like in Wichita or
Wichita. We were in Wichita.
Yes.
Yeah, we were at Wichita, and
Good times.
it was
Was,
interesting.
was the reception amazing?
It was all right. It was weird because it was the third night in a row, so it was the Sunday.
Okay.
You know, so it was like that Sunday
Sweet.
show.
Sundays in Wichita are notorious for being awesome.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good. But
That sounds
yeah.
awful.
I know. Yes.
So we played Friday at Abbey, I think, and then Saturday we went to Tulsa, and then Sunday we went to Wichita. Yeah.
That's a pretty good stretch.
Yeah.
People out of state, if you're listening to this, you don't realize that you can drive around for like 4 days and not leave Texas. This state is
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one show we went all the way down to Corpus for was like, oh God, it was a death trap. We rented a van with no seats. So we put a couch in the back, and then we had Guitar Hero in the back. And then we had all the amps, which at that time, 2 full stacks, all like crammed in there. And like if we break or anything, that's it. We're all dead.
We're all dead. When I was like 17, and my dad is such a dick for this, but I had a show with one of my bands, and we booked in Amarillo, and I had no fucking clue. And this
You're
was
like,
before
sweet,
this was
Amarillo,
way
yeah.
before like Google Maps or anything like this. Like I don't even think we had Maps Quest. I think I had a fucking like
Yeah, the road
atlas.
map. Yeah.
And I had no concept of what I had just gotten myself into. And yeah, man, I loaded as me and my other 17-year-old buddies, and we drove all the way the fuck to Amarillo. It took like 4.5, 5 hours because we didn't plan right. Like we didn't bring enough snacks. Everybody had to take a piss every 10 feet.
Yeah.
It was bad, man.
We know it's like you said about Texas. If you did it right, you could do a 30-date tour and never leave the state.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's playing decent-sized towns and college towns and, of course, all the big cities. But you could do 30 dates around the state and never
Absolutely.
leave.
That actually is not a horrible idea, though.
It's really not. Now that I think about it. I'm
we
like,
should
okay,
just
we
do an
live here?
inter-Texas tour, man.
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, we've played all the way down by the border, like McAllen, Harlingen, down there.
Okay.
And then we also played up in Battle Creek, Michigan, which is like, just a little south of Detroit.
Oh, wow.
And it was the same amount of time to get to each one.
Birthplace of Rob Van
Really?
Dam.
Oh, yeah. It's like 10 and a half, 11 hours
I didn't think about that.
to stay in Texas or to go up to Michigan.
That's fucking crazy.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, like, you think, Michigan seems so far away, but I'll drive to Brownsville. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same
like-
exact distance.
But, I mean, you could do a loop. I can see it in my mind. You could do,
Oh, yeah.
you start here, or you start like Fort Worth, Denton, Wichita Falls, Amarillo, down to Lubbock, make your way Midland, Odessa,
Yeah.
El Paso.
Yeah, and then you could hit all those.
and then
there's
start going down the border. Then
ton
come
of
up in the
little
center.
towns,
Well, there's, like, as we've gotten out and played in different areas and stuff like that, we've totally come across bands that have lived their entire existence playing around Texas. And not only that, but like specific, like there'll be South Texas bands and there'll be North Texas bands. And they will like play multiple cities hundreds of miles apart, like have a nice name, be around for years, be known within their community, and not travel beyond that. But they're
Right.
still traveling a greater distance than if you're going up the eastern seaboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like there's bands that like will do the circuit like around San Antonio and Austin and Fredericksburg and Seguin
No, it's
and all
like
that kind of stuff.
I said, if you're an out of state, you have this state is so fucking enormous,
Yeah.
and it is. There's like cities with just long stretches of jack shit.
Yeah.
And then it cracks me up. Like I'll see a national tour roll to the Northeast, and they'll play New York City, right in Manhattan, and then they'll play like a date or two there, and then they'll go to Brooklyn and play a date or two, and then they'll go to Jones Beach. The only thing separating all those is a damn river,
Yeah.
and about 5 subway stops.
Yeah, their tour.
That's their
it's
tour.
like-
They're just boom, 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 and then we'll hit the rest of the country.
That'd be like us playing like Andy's and then J&J's and then like a house party.
yeah, the Denton tour.
And then finally going to trees.
Yeah, and then finally going to trees.
Finally heading. Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to take a short break, but we're going to play a song at the break. Is there one in particular that you guys would like for us to play, edit in?
I don't know. Anything off the new album would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, name something. We'll
That one sounds amazing.
We'll go with
whatever's happening.
We'll go with your
wherever it's
recommendation.
Oh shoot. El Mort Home would be good.
That would be because
Yes.
I like songs about World War One and
Yeah.
dying in the trenches.
There you go.
let's do that one.
Let's do
Is
that.
that based on a particular battle or? Just-
yes, it is. It's based on
The Mort Home.
the Mort Home. Yeah,
The Mort
yeah. Which is translated as
Your mom's house.
your mom's house.
It was a trench battle at your mom's house.
That's
Yeah.
a battle we've all fought.
Yes.
It's tough.
Dead Man or something like that. It's like translated from French. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a big battle. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
Stuff
That's-
happened.
Things
Right.
you want to sing about, you know?
Cool.
And I also now know what I want to ask you when we come back from break.
Here
So
we are.
Uh-oh.
stay tuned, everybody.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
The lengthening days of March extended their attacks to the west bank of the Meuse and to a hill with the sinister name of Mort Homme. Dead Man.
With no fear in our time, catastrophe. No time to mourn the dead. Misery. Sound the horn. Engage the gears. The pressure builds. We must go on as we climb the gates, and we push on through. No time for thought. Our death is too born to fight. Come on, death is no sight. We kill. In time, the pain endures. Agony. We travel in our minds. Insanity. Come out. Sound the horn. Engage the gears. The pressure builds. We must go on as we climb the gates, and we push on through. No time for thought. Our death is down. Born to fight. Come on, death is now in sight. We kill.
We good?
That was a good first try.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna belch right into the mic.
Ooh, what you
Dustin's just like,
I brought lollipops, some blow
Damn,
pops.
dude,
Anybody
you brought
wants one?
fucking t-shirts and blow. I'll take a blow
Right.
pop.
Go for it, man.
Oh yeah, there's nothing better
See,
than
this is the
listening
joy
to
of-
somebody.
Yeah, I hope you guys like this. This is gonna get playfully gross.
This
There
is
you
the
go.
joy of having a QT right down the other street.
right?
Yeah,
There you go. Thank you, brother.
You brought candy, you
sour
brought tea.
apple.
This is you're by far our
Candy
best
shirts.
guest.
I know, right?
Bribes.
Fucking had monogamizer on here. Didn't give a shit.
Not a damn
Fuck
thing.
those guys.
I know. Inconsiderate.
And next we'll pull out the glow sticks.
Nice dance party.
Sure.
The question I had. So we just listened to a song that was based off kind of a World War I theme.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was talking about the album art. One more time. What was the name of the before we were coming back?
El Mort Home.
Elmore. No, the album.
Burn the Evidence.
art.
Burn the Evidence.
Burn the Evidence.
Okay.
Which had like the kind of a witch hunter thing. So I'm wondering, do you use a lot of history thematically, or
Yes.
is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you a bit of
I
a
like
history buff?
I like history.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's
So-
generic. It's fuck. I like history.
No,
I
but
like history. Well, I like history as much as like Bruce Dickinson likes history.
Okay.
Like that's probably the first band I ever listened to in my whole life was Iron Maiden. So,
Iron Maiden's so wonderful.
that's like a history lesson every album.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
So that's a heavy influence.
Well, metal's
lyrically.
great for that because I mean, like, I learned more about history from Sabaton than I did from like high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that Egyptian band? Whatever. What's that?
Nile?
Metal. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I take a lot of stuff from history.
Is there any particular time period that you've
No,
kind of gone
no.
back to, or do you just hop around?
No, I got really into the situ. Do you know? Okay. When we started this band, I was really into situationism. Do you even know what that is?
I don't. Please
No.
please
Yeah.
enlighten us.
So in the 60s, there was this anti-consumerism movement that happened, and they were called the Situationists, and they started this whole movement of like, the more you have, the less you live, is their slogan.
You know, cults say that a lot.
And this was a big cult. So the more you have, the less live. Now, when I start to talk about this, I'm not going to say that I'm preaching about the way I think it should be. I'm just saying that I think I'm also part of the problem before
Okay.
I start all this. Okay, so yeah, the more you have, the less you live. So that basically, like, the more shit that you own, the more problems you have in your life.
More
Okay.
money, more problems. Yeah.
So their whole thing was they believed that all cities it belonged to everybody. So they would do things like they would go on these things called derives. French are weird, and they would just go around and just do whatever they wanted in the city, spray paint wherever, and just kind of like an anarchistic way of dealing with the world.
General civil disobedience.
Exactly.
Right. I can get down with that.
But their whole thing, that was their whole thing, their whole premise. And I really dug it and I liked it. So I was like, I don't know. And there's also a band called Refused.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're also heavily influenced by this idea.
Situationalism.
Situationalism.
That is a very interesting. Because like it's like the Purge, but nobody dies. You just fuck everybody's shit up.
Yeah, it's the Society of the Spectacle is one of the books, and that's where I got the idea for the Spectacle.
Nice.
Okay.
And
There we
so from reading that and looking into it and all that stuff, I tend to all the lyrics tend to be about consumerism, and you can kind of get that from listening to them and lots of samples within the
imagery.
song. Yeah, the imagery.
The stickers and the T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, your artwork is very...
Yeah.
Your artwork is always so vivid. Like, it paints a very specific picture of things. You know, it's not like just, hey, man, here's a monkey wearing a Russian hat smoking a cigarette. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the next
very
album is
deliberate.
a monkey
I was gonna.
wearing a Russian
way to
hat,
blow the album reveal.
wearing a cigarette. So
Oh, damn it. But yeah, so you can apply that to any history, any situation in your life, anything at all. Situation, that's weird I use that word, but anything at all, you can talk about it or sing about it or bring up issues about it. So
I mean, like, consumerism has always been not even necessarily consumerism, but definitely, like, capitalism
Right.
in general.
Yes.
tends to shit on a lower class and tends to build up another class, and there's always turmoil.
For sure.
That's a historical
Yeah, and
fact.
I don't want to be like, hey, I'm going to be the poster child for let's destroy everything that we have. I just want to bring light to the idea. That's all, because most people don't know about it, and they don't even know that there was already been movements about this.
Yeah.
It's
It's an interesting ideal, and it's something that people need to be reminded of every now and then. It's like, hey, remember, in mass, we can really do some damage.
Yes.
I think that theory's gone now.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That
it's
theory's
sad.
disappearing.
But the people don't they need to understand that, like, there ain't shit going on, and if you stop doing what you're doing, it will crumble. So
Entropy.
yeah. But but the desire for things in your life is so big from a young age all the way up. Like,
It's also thematically ancient. I mean, look at like old stories about dragons. If that's what they did, they hoarded gold. They represented
Smaug.
right?
Yeah, but I mean, they represented greed. The same thing with like dwarves and shit like that. The dwarves very much represented like greedy capitalists in a lot of old stories.
Yeah, but it's also a personal thing. Like, in my life, I'll be like, man, I really want a new car. But why the fuck do I want a new car? I've already got a fucking car, but I really want a new car. Well, I mean, why? Why the fuck do you want a new car? Your car's perfectly fine. Yeah. And then I have to have these like battles in my brain all the time. Like, shit, I want that. But why do I want that?
Yeah.
The constant battle with the band The Spectacle is buying new drones. We always have to buy brand new drones.
Drones?
Yeah,
Drones.
we love drones.
We have an army of drones.
No.
So
That's perfect, because all these guys yell about their gun rights and like, it could take our guns. How are we going to fight the government? And I'm like, no, they're going to attack you with drones. You need drones. You need
and
to
that's why we're buying so many.
You guys are stockpiling drones.
We're stockpiling drones to fight back.
Do they have band logos on them?
Man, they should.
Spectacle Jones. I would totally buy one if you had one at your merch booth.
Are you, yeah, no, kid, that would be a
Uh-oh.
great
Go,
sombrero.
This might happen.
I would buy a
I
spectacle.
got some old ones I got to get rid of. So
Slap a spectacle sticker on there, sign it for
Done
me,
deal.
and that's sold.
There you go, it's
Done
sold.
deal. But yeah, that's basically
So
lyrically, that's
Lyrically, do pretty much all the songs, do they originate from that point of view?
yes.
Okay.
Just in some way or another.
Sure.
So, like, I mean, especially on the last album and the album before that. So I don't know where it's going to go next, but I do like that subject. And
We were going Middle Earth, I thought.
there's
Are you
problems in
making
Middle Earth, man.
fun
There's
of me
dwarfs.
now?
There's dwarfs won everything.
Yeah.
I feel like you were directly attacking Diesel Beast.
Yeah, you can't step on that territory because that's owned by Diesel.
Y'all have
so-
Middle Earth covered.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding, man?
And we're going to Westeros.
There you go.
The land where you will most likely get raped.
It's hard to rape the willing.
That's true.
mean-
Everybody in Westeros does kind of seem down to fuck.
Everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, that's next year, right? Coming out.
It's just, I remember I was watching, I went on like a Game of Thrones marathon where my wife and I like binge watched 2 seasons. And then the kid came home, so we popped on like Merlin. So it was like a similar setting, but kid friendly. And the whole time I'm just like, oh, Merlin's going to get screwed. So,
One of
somebody's
these
going to come
guys
in.
fucking.
And I was just like, I have been watching too much Game of Thrones.
That's not possible.
It's like my brain did not disconnect the two at all. And it was just like something horrible is going to happen to King Arthur.
Yeah.
So to back up, I wanted to ask you guys about the songwriting process for you all because it's different for each band. Like, how does it work for you guys? Like, you're working on the new album right now. Is it one person like walks in and like, bam, here's the song? Or does everybody chip in riffs here and there? Or how's that work?
We all chip in riffs here and there.
Yeah.
And sometimes some people can't make it to practice. And so we think, oh, we're going to write all these songs. And when that person gets there, they go, these are all shit.
Yeah. We're going to rearrange all of these.
The eternal band struggle
But,
right there.
or like, I just wrote that riff 5 seconds ago. Why are you changing it? Now, you know what would make it better? You know what would make it much better than that? If we added this and this and this. And you're like, dude, we haven't even played it as a band yet.
Yeah, like, can we try this one first?
That is the problem. Let's just go front to back, beginning to end, and see how it sounds, and then rip it apart.
Well, I've had to like yell at Diesel Beast over that before. I think we've all done that at one point or another in Diesel Beast. It's like, can we just play it the fucking way we agreed, and then we'll start changing shit up?
Yeah.
Do you get the eye twitch as you're presenting new material to the band?
But we have got smart. We have started recording all our practices. We're trying to, because sometimes when you have that riff and you go back and you're like a week later and you're like, that wasn't the riff.
Yeah.
That riff was much cooler than that. What was that? That was a pile of shit.
We've absolutely done that. But you notice, like, game tapes really do help. You know what I mean? And like, I used to not really listen to any of the shit that we recorded or anything like that. But I mean, like you just said, you will have a riff in your head, you'll play it right the first time, and then you would try and revisit it. It's just not clicking, and you can go back and listen to it. Also, when you're watching like stage shows of yourself, you can be like, man, I look like a real fucking dork when I do that. Maybe I'll stop doing that.
Well, what'll happen with us is like we'll be practicing and like just running through a set or something like that, and then either Alex or John, our guitar bass they'll just start fucking around, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll play an amazing riff. And I'm like, dude, that was awesome. Play it again. Play what?
Which part?
The thing you just played.
We've been going for 15 minutes.
I don't know.
I swear to God, that's a guitar player thing, dude. Guitar players do that all the time. Like, oh, that was sick. What was? That like fucking 32-note run you did, man. Oh, I was just messing around.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Do it again.
I don't remember what it
That's
was.
the warm-up I've been doing since I was 11. We're not going to use that. That's stupid.
But that would be better. But a lot of the times it's like it's just lost to the ether. It's just like one time it's the perfect riff and then it's gone. It's like, fuck. But
I know that this is probably unpleasant, all these licking noises, but can I thank you so much for this lollipop? This is very pleasant.
It's all good.
I didn't mean to derail the conversation, but I'm really enjoying my lollipop.
Let's go.
Primarily, so you all write the riffs, you all piecemeal all that together and yell at each other, but do you...
Not really. Hold on. I'm the bass player. I just play catch-up.
Hey, my man.
Here we go. So like, they write everything, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to try to fucking come up with something. Okay, here we
There's
go.
been a couple.
Yeah, there's been a couple.
But do you primarily write the lyrics, or is that a group effort as well?
No, I primarily... I mean, if someone wants to pitch in... I'll say no. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I like your honesty.
But no. Typically, yes. I write all the lyrics. But I do like to help out with the writing of the music. Sometimes it's annoying as hell, but I do try to put in my 100 cents.
Yeah, but I mean, you're... I know I've heard you play bass. You're a pretty damn good bass player.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I try.
Well, he's left-handed, so that's a problem.
That is a huge problem.
Fair enough.
problem.
Yeah.
See, I am left-handed. I had to play right because we were poor.
There you go.
Yeah, same with Jay.
There you go.
Oh, really? You're both left-handed?
Yeah, and we both play right-handed.
That's so funny. So's Andrew from Shaolin. He's left-handed. He plays right-handed. So is Alex from HK. He's left-handed. Plays right-handed.
Straight up, when my parents, we were first looking for like my first little junior bass, my mom tried to find a left-handed one, and it was like $500 more than a regular bass. She was like, "Guess you're playing right."
Right?
You ever gone to Southpaw down in Houston? Mm-mm. Yeah, you walk in there, it's a music store, everything's left-handed.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You're like,
Man,
oh man.
you know what's so weird though is I've been playing right-handed for so long. I don't know if I'd be able to get anything out of one of those.
You won't.
You're like, no.
Yeah, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Fuck. But it was smart. Because you're right, left-handed shit is expensive.
It is, and I don't know why. You just switch the shit around.
They have to stop the whole production line.
Are you serious?
Everything, it's not just a mirror image. Like the whole production line has to be swapped for them to make left-handed instruments.
Can't they just set aside a dedicated production line and make like 12 fucking left-handed guitars?
That's why I got mine custom made. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck it. If we're gonna pay that much money, I might as well get a one.
Who makes your bass?
Jericho.
Okay, I've heard of Jericho basses.
Yeah.
I've never
Like
played
Chris
one.
Jericho?
They
He
make-
made your bass?
His name's Dave Musselman. He's
That's
local.
awesome. Why is it just not Musselman?
That's what I thought.
That's all what I've always called him.
Yeah, Musselman guitars.
Musselman.
No, but like the
Oh,
guitars.
yeah,
Yeah. But they make all our guitars. He makes all our guitars.
Local,
And he's local?
He's local, and he's not like ridiculous. Like,
and it's good stuff.
yeah.
I love my bass. It's the
I love mine too.
hottest bass I've ever owned.
No shit. I
And
might
it's-
have to check this guy out.
And it's
'cause
passive. And I'm like, how the hell did you do this?
fuck yeah.
It's insane.
But yeah, so we'll be like, I want to have a Les Paul kind of guitar, and I want this wood, this whatever, and the shit he makes is amazing. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I
amazing.
do know this. Like, you guys have some nice guitars. Like, every time I've seen you, I'm just like, that's a pretty one. You have a big fucking. I think it's yours, the big white one.
Yeah.
That thing is
Iceman.
beautiful, dude.
Well, it's not really an Iceman. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's a Jericho, right?
Yeah, it's a Jericho. Yeah.
That's a big white Jericho.
So yeah, you're talking like so. I hate to go all gear talk on you, but
No, we can do that.
but like you we're talking like $1,200 for a custom guitar. You know,
That's stupid cheap.
yeah. It's not like out of control. I mean, it's and you can get all the whatever pickups you want on it, everything. It takes like 6 to 8 months to get it, but you know, it's cool. And he's always up for like new things, you know, like I want to make this kind of guitar.
Like some
Okay.
weird, so you'd be down for like some weird custom body styles and shit.
Oh yeah, he can make anything because he CADs it all out.
Man, before you leave, like if you had a card or something.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
Hit
yeah.
him up.
Yeah, you just look up Jericho anywhere, man. They make a lot, and okay. So this is the neat thing about them. They make so they're not baritone, and they're not standard scale. They're like in between those scales.
Interesting.
So for us, because we play in C, we're playing C.
Yeah, we'll see.
We play in C.
B,
So
CB.
whatever. So we play in the lower tuning,
Right.
But so if you have a standard guitar and you're playing in the low tuning, you have to get really thick fucking strings, which changes the whole dynamics of what you're doing. But if you've got a longer scale, you can get thinner strings because it's more length to your guitar.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
and then you get a much better action on it. All right.
And that was Science Talk with James Jones.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So how do you guys identify the band? Like, how would you describe it? You know, like people ask, like, what do you sound like? What do you say?
So I've had this argument with some friends because are we metal?
Oh, we're
think
metal.
so. I would call you
do
metal.
you-
Are we
do-
okay?
do-
Are we going to
do-
go that? Because to me,
Do you self-identify as metal? Like, to you, are you?
I in this day and age, I don't self-identify as anything because I don't think it's safe. The climate we're in, I don't want to say I'm a male. I don't want to say I'm a female. I don't want to piss anybody off. No, but to me, I guess it's metal hard rock.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not playing blazing fast, evil stuff. Like death metal stuff, but
Right.
But I
But
mean,
that's-
it's rocking, and I mean, it's heavy,
Yeah.
and then the vocals are obviously, you know,
it's heavy.
And it's got a melody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
heavy.
I understand what you're
So,
saying,
yeah.
but to me, like that doesn't like death metal is metal, but so is Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
And-
it's a big
that's a problem, and that's something on our podcast we've been going through on the past few months since summer is breaking down metal because out of all genres of music, that's the hardest genre to break down.
because there's
and the
so
music
many
comes in on cue.
subgenres.
Yeah, it's so wide.
There's so many subgenres.
Yeah.
And so the envelope of metal is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's a website called Map of Metal.
Yeah.
And if you go on there and look at it and all the different subgenres, stuff I didn't even think about.
Right.
That I've been listening to for years, you know, and you know, it throws industrial in there.
Right.
Like I love industrial music. I never would have thought that was metal, but I guess you're right, you know, and it's pretty crazy. They throw grunge on there.
I mean, grunge is
It's
a
falling apart, you know, as it breaks down and comes over. But it's metal's crazy.
Yeah.
grunge was to me kind of the bridge between like it was the dudes that didn't like thrash, and doom wasn't really a thing yet. So I mean, like if it wasn't for grunge, we probably wouldn't have what you would consider doom today,
Or sludge.
or sludge for
We
sure.
wouldn't have sludge metal. So.
Yeah. I mean, Alice in Chains kind of almost was a sludge metal band.
Yeah.
For the most part, in my opinion.
Well, and if you look at a lot of the Atlanta bands, Georgia
Mm-hmm.
bands, Atlanta, Savannah, they cite Alice in Chains as
No
an
shit.
influence. Yeah.
Okay.
So like Baroness, Mastodon, Kalisa, all that.
Okay. That makes sense. But, yeah, because, I mean, it's so fucking vast, metal.
Do you-
And it's really hard to just, you know, wrap your brain around. But, I mean, I personally would consider you metal just because you do have a heavier, more driving sound. But, I mean, you're also talking to me, and we sing about, like, wizards and shit with clean vocals. And, yeah, you know.
But that's metal too.
that's metal
because
too,
So
yeah.
is
Metal.
Not
so
according
is
to
the
Fort
sword.
Worth.
It's. I mean, there's definitely people that think that the heavier it is, the more metal it is. But no one is more metal than Sabbath.
Or Dio.
It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, you absolutely can be heavier, but you're not more metal.
I was watching an
it's
interview
just one of those things. So.
with Iommi the other day, and he's sitting there with a fucking acoustic guitar, and somebody was just like, play a riff off the top of your head, and he played this fucking icon. Like, immediately my brain was just like firing on all cylinders. I'm like, that is goddamn amazing.
That guy shits out more amazing riffs than most guitar players will ever.
I was thinking,
with three fingers,
right?
Yeah, exactly. He has more talent in his two missing fingers than entire genres have. But I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, if you play any type of heavy music, from fucking heavy metal to even dubstep, you owe Iommi a fucking nod. You know what I mean?
Buy him a beer.
Yeah, for sure. The guy was, I don't know, like a genius level musician in the way that he could craft a sound. And like that sound still persists to this day. I mean, those riffs are still used. Those themes are all still used. All of that imagery is still used. It's amazing how influential Black Sabbath was on modern rock music.
And you think about the stuff that influenced him, because that was one of the things when we did this history, was how everything starts back at Sabbath.
Yeah.
And you can throw, Cream around there and stuff.
Cream and like Iron Butterfly and
Deep
like the
Purple,
whole
stuff like that.
Deep
the
Purple.
San Francisco sound.
Yeah.
Blue
those
Cheer.
When it all
guys,
started. But then the stuff that influenced Iommi was this old, like, just dark backwoods blues stuff no one's ever heard of, that was just down tempo, tuned down so it sounded evil.
Minor scales.
that's what
also
got him
like
going,
losing his fingertips actually had
that
a
was another
huge
thing.
effect on his sound. You
Yeah.
know,
He had to
the
play more
bent note
dissonant
wailing
chords
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how, man, that's why I think that, like, if anybody may have sold his soul to the devil to play rock, it was him. And I don't even think he did it on purpose, but he was like, he was going to be this huge rock star, and then he cut his fingers off, and he was like, oh fuck. And then, like, instead of being a huge rock star, or being a disabled factory worker, he created an entire genre of fucking music that has persisted for almost 50 years now.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is when you guys did it last year, Dave said that playing with three fingers changed things. It made you had to do that.
Right.
Like even covering Black Sabbath for the Do For It
Yeah.
Halloween,
Yeah.
Oh man,
he went
yeah.
to three fingers and the sound completely changed.
What about you, James? Like, what do you describe the band as?
Because things go all over, but I just say metal.
Yeah.
We're a metal band.
Yeah.
And
The other day you
that's-
said Persian hip hop.
well, yeah, we're also that. But yeah, I always just say metal because, well, for most people that don't listen to metal, they're like, you can't, even if you said a genre of metal, they would be like, I have no idea what you're fucking
We have
talking
the
about.
same problem. I mean, because like you guys have heard us, we don't sound like anybody else around.
Right.
But when we say metal to somebody, they're like, "Oh, you mean like growling and blast beats?" I'm like, "No, not at all, actually."
Actually, none of those.
Yeah, we don't have any of that shit.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with saying, you're metal, because there's so many avenues you could be thrown into just depending on the person that day.
Well, I
and
ask
what
it
they've
because
heard.
it's the dreaded question. It's like the hardest thing is to describe yourself in three
yeah,
words.
yeah.
And
If your
it's-
band
it's-
was a tree,
It's this
what kind
genre.
of tree
it's
would it
fucking
be?
hard, but
it's that genre, because if you were in any other genre, you could narrow it down really easy.
yeah.
Oh, I'm a red dirt country band. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I think a lot of it
I'm a
too
Nashville blues band.
is also intent, because a lot of metal is, if people are like, "Oh, we're not metal," the answer is typically, "Well, you're probably right."
Yeah.
And for people that are like, "Oh, we're metal," is you probably are. You know what I mean? A lot of it is just that intent to have the loud, aggressive guitars, to have the very powerful drums, slow, down tempo, up tempo, whatever. It's going to have those elements.
Really
of power
big
for vocals.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like no matter what, it could be like My Dying Bride, it could be Cannibal Corpse, it could be something in between.
It definitely is an angry thing for me, at least.
Sometimes, I mean, like you get some of these really chilled out
True,
bands.
but for
though.
me,
I mean,
it gets rid of my anger.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm chilled out.
Yeah,
I
there
think
you go.
it's definitely
It's
for
an outlet.
me. I always look at metal as like it's regional blue collar folk music, basically, but it's just electric. But
way
I mean,
fast.
Yeah, way fast.
If
But I
it's
mean,
not sludgy or down tempo, but yeah.
but well, it depends on where you are. I mean, if you're from the fucking
That's the problem.
Bayou and you've been listening to swamp music your whole life, and somebody gave you an electric guitar, that's going to show up in your metal. The same thing with like the way Black Sabbath sounded. That was an industrial town, like. It had to be heavy because you were
Yes.
probably playing a show where there's a fucking steel mill behind you that was drowning everything out anyway. There's like I said, it does typically live. I'm not going to say all the time, but metal does seem to attract like a blue collar kind of, or at least a working class, not necessarily blue collar, but you know what I mean.
And I think where your region is hidden, unlike some music where you can tell where you're from. Like you can say, "Oh, you guys are from I don't know."
You are absolutely from Nashville.
Yes.
Like that's such a distinct sound.
Right? Yeah. But it's a little hidden. You have to like dig a little bit deeper
Yeah.
to figure out where you're from. It's not on the surface. It's not like, "Oh, you definitely are from Italy." You
Yeah.
know?
And
or
then
whatever.
the other problem you have is like when you're booking shows or billing out shows, are all these bands going to sound exactly the same? Are they going to be all over the map? Is one a math metal versus a doom metal versus a sludge metal versus grindcore versus
glam band show
glam
up.
band? Yeah,
How do you guys like to do that when you book your shows?
Oh,
we,
like to-
don't like people.
Yeah,
We like to. Personally, I like to play. I like to play with everybody. I mean, I like playing with all kinds of bands.
I've seen you guys play very diverse bills.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah, I don't care.
I always think eccentric bills are fun
Yes.
Yeah.
because it doesn't feel like you're watching the exact same band the entire night.
sure.
But if you can change it up, make it a little eccentric, it's cool.
Yeah.
to an extent, because I mean, we played shows where like we had a show where like a singer songwriter opened, and then we
not
went on.
that broad.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta
know what
kind
I
of
mean,
narrow
yeah.
it down, but yeah.
There needs to be like a common thread,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
it flows right. Because I mean, yeah, it can get way left field sometimes.
But there were some the 35 Denton shows and the Thin Line shows and stuff. That
Yeah.
was like
Those are a little.
Convoy and the Cattlemen.
Yeah, we have a country
I
band.
played with those
so-
guys.
Like it went Mountain of Smoke
Yeah.
Nice.
into Convoy and the Cattlemen.
That's great. Yeah, that's
into
what-
Spectacle, into Shall and Dust Squad. It's like
Convoy and the Cattlemen is definitely the odd man out there. We played with those guys at Reno's of all places.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
play with Al? Did they have the slide guitar player?
Yes.
Yeah, Alec. He's
That's the
phenomenal.
dude. Well, no, actually, I think the guy from House Arcona.
Yeah.
Okay, that's him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did see them with
Yeah.
them. And then that tiny cowboy was so drunk.
Oh,
was
the
a good
singer.
show, yeah.
Yeah.
so
He
he
was-
woke up that day.
He was super nice, but he was fucking hammered. It made for a good show.
Tyler's great.
It does.
He did a good job on stage, but it was like that guy's walking sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shows are fun.
So
It's a good night.
are they due for it?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
How did you guys get hooked up with Convoy and the Cattlemen?
Well, through Alex, really.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, well, we don't have a country band, and they're probably one of the best country bands.
They're sick.
Yeah.
They are sick.
So much fun.
The violinist, or the fiddle player, I guess.
Yes.
She's not even a violinist.
Yeah, Sheridan.
She's killer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see them on Friday. Tomorrow.
Where are they playing?
In Fort Worth.
Oh shit, that is tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you going?
Oh shit.
I'm not a big country music fan, but these guys are fucking killer.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reschedule a bunch of things. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
Well, you're out in Fort Worth anyway, right?
I'm in Fort Worth.
And then are you here in Denton?
I'm in Dallas right now.
Okay.
And
So is there anybody in the band here in Denton?
yes, our drummer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why didn't you send him? You guys both drove all the way here to.
He doesn't talk. He doesn't talk well.
And we don't want him thrown up on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he would have
true.
thrown up. He would have got, a lot of pressure.
While if-
Overheated.
If we
We'd be
were
feeding
working-
him raw oysters before the show. And then
Yeah,
just be like, "Let's
absolutely.
do it."
And he doesn't bring lollipops.
That's true.
So-
I'm glad you're here. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, like, oh no, I had to go. Oh, the drummer though, it's like, if we were working in a visual medium,
Yeah.
perhaps him barfing on the show could actually be sort of entertaining. But if you were working purely audio, that would be terrible. It would be so gross.
We'd
All
get,
you'd hear is,
We
And then
get really
everybody's
good
screaming.
detail of the splatter, though.
Put like mics down on the table, really pick it up. So,
EQ it.
Yeah. So, where can we find your music? Like, where is it generally available?
All over, everywhere, anywhere you can find music, pretty much. But like, if you want, like, we got vinyl. We got it on vinyl on the Do For It store,
Which
like,
sound great. We got our Diesel Beast vinyl was done through you guys, and they sound great.
great. I'm glad.
Yeah, no,
It's a tricky thing to do, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I've said this before on this podcast. Like, I even said it earlier on this episode. I don't typically listen to what I record because for some reason I don't like it that much
I get
after
it.
I record it.
Yeah.
That vinyl though is probably the thing I am most proud of in my entire musical career. It sounds exactly the way I wanted it to sound.
Right.
That's awesome.
So big shout out to Do For It.
All
for-
right. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
killing those vinyls. They were pink though. I want to talk about the pink.
Yeah,
That wasn't your fault, but they were pink as fuck, man.
Purple's really hard to manufacture for some reason.
Yeah, good call on the purple.
We
album.
had no idea. We just thought it'd be sweet to have purple albums because everybody else's albums were black.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Yeah.
And then it was just like, these are
But,
pink.
yeah.
And even Jim was like, those are fucking
He's
pink.
like, oh, we can do purple. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, we can do purple. Okay, well.
I just remember I was there when Jay got the phone call and it was like, they're pink. It's like, what? They're pink. How pink? Pink.
Well, at least the cover's purple.
Yes.
Yes, the cover is absolutely purple, and thank you for that. And what's funny though is the pink albums are actually kind of like they're a hit. Like everybody, they're just like they think it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
That they have this bright pink metal album.
Well, they Jules' album's is hot pink.
Is
Nice.
bubblegum pink.
Yeah,
man,
And it's pretty awesome.
yeah.
When you pull that out, you're like, whoa.
is that what we're gonna do? Like everybody, everybody's just we've blacked everything out as far as metal goes, and now we just have to start using horrible vibrant colors that I
Yeah.
don't like.
Pretty much.
That's a shame.
So the next Spectacle album will be printed in turquoise, little seafoam
We're
green.
gonna have some teal,
Lavender.
some rhinestones on it.
We're gonna throw glitter into the mix.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sure
nice.
that'll do good with the needle.
Yeah, that'll sound great.
Goes across and grabs a piece of glitter.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just spinning that thing on a turntable and just all this glitter flying up?
It'd be amazing.
It would be
Can we
pretty
make
cool.
this happen?
Yeah, man.
That's kind of cool.
You know, this isn't so much a podcast tonight as it is a think tank for rad shit.
Yeah. There was a band that put their own blood in it, so you can.
I don't know if I need to do that.
It was blood and semen, wasn't it?
I definitely
That's what
don't.
it was.
I guarantee you, Diesel Beast will never jizz in your records. That is a personal guarantee from
Never
Diesel
say
Beast.
never.
That's what I was gonna say.
Carrek
Volume
never
3.
jizz into your record.
I will never jizz in your records.
Good.
My seed is much too valuable.
You got to pay for that.
Well, you know it's going to be a group effort. The band has to stand around together and
Well,
into
yeah,
a
I mean-
separate container to throw into the
Circle.
vinyl machine.
So now I'm just picturing like a band gathered around a table, just like one of us has to start.
Oh wait, this is a round table. Weird.
So twist ending to the podcast, we're all gonna jizz in a cup and
Or-
make a record.
You're all standing on ladders above the vinyl pressing machine, going directly into.
That's a music video.
That's a trip to the ER
Sounds like it.
when you fall in it.
No, because I feel like when the moment comes and I'm like giving them the deuce, like
No pun intended.
I'm gonna fall over.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm on a ladder and like I'm
hang
having
from the ladder.
one and just boom, like Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania.
And that would be the way to go out, right?
That's how I want to die. Absolutely, falling off a ladder from masturbating.
Yep.
Although that might be the most atrocious death ever is to fall into a vat of jizz.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like suffocate, like the Sarlacc
However,
pit.
Check it out.
He
though.
lived through the fall.
Now
but
listen
he
to the-
suffocated.
Yeah,
in his own
yeah.
jizz.
Suffocated.
He
in
was
his
drowning
own
and none
jizz.
of us were going to save him.
I'm not touching that shit.
So everybody's like, no, you are on your own.
Miss you, buddy.
I throw you a rope, but I don't want to touch the rope.
So, anybody hungry?
So about what are you looking on time here, Jay?
About 14 minutes.
14. Oh shit. Okay. Well then, what do you guys want to talk about? I was fucking wrapping it up.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? We haven't got any shows coming up, so
We have no shows. We're going into hiding.
What about other like projects going on within the lexicon of you guys?
Well, new Mountain of Smoke album, which is killer.
Amazing.
I
And
like
it's got
Mountain of Smoke a lot.
Alex from HK, who plays Steel, is playing Steel in Mountain of Smoke.
Nice.
And he
Nice.
affects the shit out of it, and it's insane.
I bet it
because
sounds so much like nastier and
you'll listen to it and think, man, these synth is amazing.
oh cool.
And then you realize, oh, no, it's
A pedal steel.
pedal steel guitar.
Dude,
He's a killer
it's
guitar
freaking
player.
crazy.
Yeah. Royal Sons.
The new Royal Sons just came out, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
What kind of music is Royal Sons? I'm not familiar with those guys.
Dirty, sexy, nasty rock and roll.
Rock and
Kind
roll.
of like a Queens of the Stone Age.
Okay.
Dirty nastiness. It's really
Cool.
good.
Duel's
True
coming out with a
hard
new
rock.
album.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
I haven't
good.
heard yet.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds good. Good. Great. I'm
The
glad it sounds
DNA,
good.
his hands are tied with the
It's pretty good.
Allegedly.
NDA.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and both those albums have taken forever. Well, the Duel one is taking forever to come out.
That's
worth
probably pretty good then. Yeah, I was about to say, like, quality albums tend to take a little bit, unless
Yeah.
you're Black Sabbath and you record that shit in 48
They
hours.
did that with Jorts
Jorts, yeah.
right down here in Justin.
Mm-hmm. And the Mountain of Smoke's done with Briggs.
Yep, Briggs right up here.
Yeah.
That's very
Let's
nice.
see what else. That's pretty much it. Oh, no, there's no new Convoy. There was a Convoy album that came out, but... You want to talk about it?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that.
Okay. You
Oh,
can
come
talk about
on.
anything you want, man.
I was gonna
Trust
say,
me.
how is it? Is there someone waiting outside?
Why,
Gonna jump
why are
in if
you guys smiling slyly? I really want to hear this now. What happened?
Well, it's fun listening to these albums and then going, when are they ever going to be out? When can they be out? When am I ever going to be able to share this with people?
Yeah.
I would like people to hear this because it's so badass. But
So basically, you're just record dragons hoarding all the music.
It's, I don't
It's
know
really
why.
bad.
laying on the
Why?
vinyl? It's mine.
Mine.
it's really bad.
If you want to listen to this new Convoy and the Cattleman album, you must lensel me these riddles 3.
And that's like most of the bands, but like in Hoof, for instance, we've come out with 3 albums and we've been around for 3 years.
That's insane. Are you serious?
Yeah. We just like, all right, next song.
First off, I just
Let's go
found out I
record
have to
it.
buy 3 Hoof albums. That sucks. No, because I've only seen you guys once, but I really fucking liked
I
it.
appreciate that. Thank you.
There's
Yeah.
a whole Hoof collection on BitTorrent now. You can just get the whole discography at once.
Sounds good. I have to go and get 22 Jump Street anyway.
I don't, it's being in a 3-piece, I think helps, but like,
I'm so jealous of that shit.
yeah, you just go through. Okay, well then that song's done. Bank that. Next one, that one's bank that, and then we just go record it live and put some vocals over it. Done. I'm like, I love it. That's such
Three-piece
a great
bands.
process, man.
3-piece bands are the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
My
Hold up,
last band was the 3-piece, and it was great.
We not too long ago, we had a really good friend of mine on, and he's in a band local called Painus.
Two-piece.
2-piece.
That's
These
the dream.
Fucking sons of bitches. Like we asked them the whole question, like, how do you get the gigs? They're like, in a car. It's like, fuck you.
That's like Mountain of Smoke when it was just 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to Austin. How you getting there? I don't know. In a car?
Fuck you guys.
God
Yeah.
dang it.
You understand?
Together?
Yeah.
Y'all are riding together? What?
You just caravan down in like 9 cars when you're in any other band.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
have a 2-piece band. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. When do you practice? Oh, whenever.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We just call each other and go, hey, you want to practice?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
If you haven't heard Painus, you should check them out because they're a 2-piece, but they have a huge sound.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They fill it out very
They
nicely.
really, really do. They've been
I'll check it out.
They've been picking up some steam lately. I'm really proud of those guys. They've been putting on some good sets.
We took them out to Fort Worth.
We did. Oh yeah, I heard about that. You took them out to
Where'd
Tomcats.
you guys play?
Tomcats.
Tomcats. Cool.
We don't think of the rail
Did it close?
and the bullshit that it's going through.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that.
What's the
I haven't even
bullshit?
I haven't had a chance to talk about
No,
that.
because I know it's closed. I don't know about what's the bullshit.
I wasn't a fan of it at all after Buster sold it. So I did not like pretty much anything that they did with it. I didn't like
There's
how
a
they
lot of
changed
drama.
the stage
shit.
and they changed the sound and then they had every show was essentially a pay to play because even local shows had to sell tickets. And I just think
Fuck
that's
that.
the biggest amount of bullshit
I
ever.
hate that. That's like my pet peeve.
Yeah.
And
So
that's a California influence coming in.
like
Yeah, but that model
It
is
doesn't work.
proven so many times that it does not work in the DFW because I'm not selling tickets.
No.
Like you're supposed to be promoting this shit. I'm going to bring my crowd out. We're both supposed to meet in the middle,
Yeah.
and everybody
Yeah.
makes money.
Yeah.
And my question is always like when a promoter's like, "Hey, you only have to sell like 30 tickets." I'm like, "Cool, how many are you selling?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
It's like,
they never have an answer.
Right. Well, but you're supposed to. It's like, okay, so wait, so what other like performance art can you think of where the performer is not only supposed to perform, but is supposed to do the advertising and bring the crowd?
yeah.
Like, there's literally not.
It's amazing you have the balls to call yourself a promoter. All you're doing is giving me a venue for the night. And quite frankly, I've been doing this a while. I could find a venue.
Yeah.
There's a couple of places that are ballsy too. Like, oh, you want to open for this national? Well, you need to sell tickets. What? Why do I need to sell? It's a national coming through.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Why aren't
be
they
nuts,
selling
But anyway,
fucking
why do I
tickets?
need to sell 30 tickets?
It's to cover their guarantee.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
It is when promoters
That's all it is.
do it to
Yep.
sell, they'll get 3 local bands to sell 30 tickets each, and it's because they're covering that guarantee to the national no matter what.
It would depend
and then
on
that
the
way
band.
it can ensure that they can make at least a little more.
Because, I mean, if somebody, like, fucking handed me a band with tickets that I could sell, you know what I mean? But, I mean, if it's somebody nobody's ever fucking heard of, but they're national, it's like,
Yeah.
you're not doing anybody any
I'm not
favors.
naming anybody, but the reason that that whole thing went down with the rail is because of a certain person who was skimming off the top.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Well, and yes,
and they got a lot of shit for it.
So my question is, and for people that don't know, is like the rail was a very nice, like considered like a premier hard rock metal venue out in Fort Worth, one of 2 essentially.
Saw some really great
Right?
shows there.
And
Yeah.
the original owner had it for a number of years. Then he sold it, and then within a course of like a year and a half, it not only went so far downhill that they literally showed up to work one day and the doors were deadbolted because the owners of the property had kicked them out because apparently people hadn't been paying taxes.
Right.
My question is there's allegedly one person that was essentially like
promoter.
stealing money from the club, which is maybe true.
Yes.
But why were they not paying their taxes? Nobody gets kicked out of the property after missing one payment.
Right.
Like
It
you
had
have
to-
to,
it had to be a history
You,
or-
you
It
have
had
to
to be
not.
history, yeah.
You have to be not paying on that property for 6 months.
Yeah.
To be actually like deadbolted out of there.
Yeah.
Well, and the person that is in question about this also has another venue,
Yeah.
Yes.
and nothing's happened to that venue yet.
Right.
So it raises a bunch of weird questions.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And he's a shady character.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, just because of dealings he's done in the past with
A
other
shady
festivals.
concert promoter, the devil, you
Oh
say.
my God! Really? In the Metroplex, there's shady people.
Right.
And we've dealt with him before on shows where he's like, "You need to sell these tickets." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, we're not selling one ticket, but just give them to me."
Yeah.
It's not happening.
It doesn't make them happy when you're
That
standing
is why,
outside the door day of the show, going here.
That is why Diesel Beast and the Denton metal scene guys do not have a huge connect. They keep giving
So what? We're talking Denton. So we've got Andy's,
yeah, and J&J's.
and that's it.
Yeah. We used to have so many clubs
I
to
know.
play, and now there's 2.
Rubber Gloves is gone. Everything's just dying.
Abby's gone. Anywhere
I've
that's-
seen little things about how Rubber Gloves is coming back. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
online?
there's all
Yeah,
this
they've been
resurrection talk. But
saying that forever though,
Yeah.
and I guess Backyard on Bell's kind of a venue. They're
Yes.
pretty cool about including us, even though that's not really their focus.
Yeah.
But there is noise ordinance, right?
Yeah, they have to be
Like
shut
that,
down
we
by
should-
like 10, and not to
They
mention,
don't.
do they not?
No, they if there is a noise ordinance in Backyard on Bell, they don't give a shit about it.
Nice. The thing that bugs me, there's this weird thing in Denton.
Mountain of Smoke was shut down there.
No shit.
I've
Yeah,
never seen
like
one
2 songs
show-
or 3 songs in, they had to stop.
Like, what time did they start playing? Because I've never seen a show shut down there ever.
That's crazy.
I've seen them go like full blast, full clip till 2 a.m.
I don't know.
So
Damn.
it could have just been a specific night.
And it's also Mountain of Smoke. They like to break foundations and
Yeah.
cause little seismic triggers.
But the sound
ground
there
around
has
them.
got better, right? They've got more better equipment and everything.
For sure, they've got better equipment. And then, I mean, like, you go over to Harvest House. Harvest House has a great stage, but they're not booking any hard rock or metal or anything like that, really.
Yeah, we tried to have a few Halloween shows there. They're like, no.
Which is crazy, because they've got a great setup, and they use it so that they can sit some dude up on a stool with a banjo.
Doesn't Dan Silverleaf
they like jam
once in a blue
bands.
moon have a heavier band?
Yeah. They do.
Rod of Obsidian plays there a lot, which is there, and they're probably one of the heavier towns bands in
At
town.
Dan's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they try one
We
night
played
a
with
month?
Brutal Juice
Do
once
have-
there.
Yeah, y'all did the promotion.
That's the only reason.
We played there once, I think. But I just like all these beer gardens have popped up in place of like music venues, and the problem that I have with the beer gardens, and I'm not judging anybody here,
Yeah.
but like there's always fucking kids at them.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea of going to the bar and hanging out with my child. Like,
No.
that's weird to me.
It is weird.
And if there's a guy singing on stage in a kilt and his balls might fall out, you don't need a kid down there.
Exactly, and that is very likely to happen in my
It
presence.
happened.
No, it's just, I mean, it's an adult venue. Mm-hmm. Why are there so many fucking kids here?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen because if there's only like 2 left, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
I think that we were seeing a kind of a surgence in the house party scene.
Yeah, for sure.
The problem with that is the cops keep breaking it up.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, man, like I'm 34 years old. I don't want to talk to police.
Yeah.
He's like, why are all these underage kids here drinking? It's like, I don't know, dude. I'm in the band. I wasn't fucking at the
music.
door.
Yeah.
They're not too young to listen to metal. Get off my nuts.
But there's a reason it's there. It's because there's no venues.
Yeah.
You know?
I think what we need someone to just come through town and give us like one really fucking good one to kind of round it out so that there's a couple of like good venues to play and then like one straight up. We need a metal club, you know what I mean? Or just a rock and punk metal kind of club.
Well, see, the Rail was that for years, and Tomcats also. But the Rail started getting hip hop acts through there, here and there, and they did do some country shows. And then the Tomcats and the Rail both started getting like eccentric acts coming through there.
Yeah.
Like the guy from The Office
Oh, yeah.
came through there and played some shows with NRCDs.
No, the dude that plays banjo. I can't remember his
Yeah.
name. He was in...
Can't remember his name either.
Fuck.
I went
God damn it,
blank. But anyway,
Jason.
you know, they started doing these different style of shows, and it worked out. And so they kind of started not being a metal venue.
Right.
And Tomcats has always been, I always thought, more metal than the
Yeah.
Rail
I've
was.
never seen anything but metal at
Nothing but metal
Tomcats.
than Tomcats. And
But that's why I love it.
I do too,
do.
but I have a problem with Tomcats. I don't know if they still do it, but it's like the amount of bands on the bill.
that's the
Right.
problem.
That
I didn't
happens.
like loading in at 5 o'clock on a Friday night
18 bands playing
because
tonight.
there's
Right.
8 bands there, and you had to have all your gear in there by 5 o'clock, or you're not playing. It was like,
See,
dude, I just got off work.
They're doing the Krampus Fest at Andy's this year, and we got asked to be on. There's supposed to be like 12 bands or something on that bill, and Eric was like, "Yeah, load-in's at 5." I was like, "I'll be there at 10."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like you don't want me sitting around your venue getting fucking hammered all night until I get up on stage anyway.
Right.
And in Fort Worth, you know, Lola's doesn't really have heavy shows that much anymore. Not heavy, but every once in a while they'll spit one out.
They'll give you some doom every now and then for sure.
Mass has picked up steam. Yeah,
I've never
Mass.
been out there.
It's down off Main Street, just north of Rosedale.
Okay,
It was a venue built by musicians,
nice.
ran by musicians, and they will run anything through there. And it's great. It's an awesome place.
Might
It
have to
sounds
organize a
great.
show.
Haven't heard of that one.
It's
so
fun, yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out. It's
It's
main
new.
at South
It's new.
Side,
Okay.
but everybody calls it Mass. But it's
Check that out. Yeah,
Great
because
venue.
right now, Diesel Beast, we're looking more into playing in like Austin more, and because we like playing in Dallas, and we usually pull a pretty good crowd in Dallas, but it's just Dallas is such a bitch playing, and like especially if you're in like Deep Ellum,
Oh, yeah.
where it's like I have to park 7 blocks away and then carry my fucking gear. It's just like it's a pain in the ass, and then like straight up, we're just not extreme enough for Fort Worth. We do not do super well in Fort Worth. Like,
and I don't understand the Fort Worth metal scene at all.
they're real, like, they know what they like.
Ever since, I mean, My
There isn't-
entire
there
music career
really
of
isn't
playing
one.
in Fort Worth,
I don't know.
it's everybody being assholes to each other.
Well,
For the most part, like everybody's got a bigger cock than everybody else.
Oh, you're talking like within the bands and stuff?
Yeah, band to
Yeah.
band. My dick's bigger than your dick, whatever.
yeah.
No one really helps each other out, and then it's, oh, you're nowhere near hard enough to be playing with us,
Right.
and you're nowhere near as grindy to play with us and stuff.
Like,
It's
no, but
very
I'm really
weird. It's like,
fucking
come on.
good, so eat my balls.
I'm sorry, I like playing my notes with precision, not just getting up there and being insane.
Yeah.
I like I've always enjoyed Fort Worth. Met a lot of good people out there and
You
stuff
guys
like
are
that.
extreme as fuck, though. They love you.
But no, not at all.
really?
Like we're like most of the time is like we're like we have people that like us and will come see us out there, but we're just borderline a little too soft.
And that's crazy.
And
That's totally crazy.
We are too.
Yeah, the spectacle's too soft.
We're too soft too.
and it's like people be like, yeah, you're cool, but you're not brutal underground death metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're not. It's like, thanks for coming out.
How much more brutal can your mother sucks cocks in hell get?
Right. Well, it's one of those things. It's like within every scene, it's like you've got the people that like take it like a step beyond. Like if it's like Norwegian black metal, and if it's not
Yeah.
that, it's shit. If it's if it's death
There
metal,
are-
if it's not super underground
So
death
maybe
metal,
it's
that's
not-
shit. So, and I'm not saying that's true of all of Fort Worth, but the Fort Worth scene is very much leans towards death metal.
Yes.
Right, and like when we went up north to Michigan, it very much leaned up to black metal. Like there was like no death
shit.
metal bands, but there was a fuck ton of black metal bands. Now I don't know if it's still that way, but that's when we went up there. That's how it was. And then you go to different cities, and they'll have their kind of like little scene, and it'll lean one way or another, right?
Right.
So like Dallas itself, I would say is more like metal with punk.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Dallas has a lot more open mind, though.
And then-
just in general,
yeah,
I think.
Denton is much more eclectic. It's more of like
I think in Denton, people are like, oh my God, electric guitars.
You play music, cool.
and then but yeah,
Which I appreciate because we'll have people come to our shows and they're like, I didn't even come out. I didn't want to come out tonight, but you guys rocked. You
Right.
know.
And
I don't
now I
even
wanna-
like this kind of music, but,
Right.
It's just
And that's
honest,
And now I want to burn down a church.
Yeah,
and that's
Go
always
for
a
it,
great
bro.
compliment. Yeah.
I'm going to go right now.
Go on with your bad self, right? We'll go together and we'll burn this down.
Let's go burn down the courthouse.
Yeah.
We just want to make it clear that we are not advocating anybody going and burn down your local courthouse. Warlord Radio is not responsible for any jagoff going off and doing some bullshit of his own accord.
Yeah,
As a
that-
representative of Jerry Jonestown Massacre, I fully endorse burning down any buildings you want to burn down.
There you go. You heard it here.
Man, just straight up big dick me on my own fucking podcast.
Damn it.
That's the Fort Worth way. That's the Fort Worth way.
You're not brutal
My dick is
enough.
bigger than yours.
Fuck, you got us.
That's great. But yeah, we've been looking more towards Austin personally, because Austin, they're just like whatever. It's kind of a come as
It's
you
been a
are
long
scene in
time.
Austin.
It's been a long time since I've been down there, and there's venues down there, right? I mean,
Yeah, Lost Well.
Lost Well,
You can go
yeah.
in
That's
there.
where we've only been to Austin
Red
the
Eye.
one time, and we played at the Lost Well, and it was rad. We had a great crowd. Like they were receptive. They bought some shit.
It's a smaller
Yeah.
venue, right? Yeah, I've been there. Yeah,
Yeah, that venue's great. I love that place.
it's like the double wide, right? It's like that big.
Ah, the double wide's fun.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. We'd like to thank you guys a lot
you
for
guys.
coming out, man.
Appreciate
It's
you
been a
having
good
us out.
time.
Yeah,
Before,
it's awesome.
before we kick you out, let me ask you this. So you've got potentially another album in the works,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
When that comes out, what are your all's plans to do? It's like, what's your game plan? Like
Well,
you're
it's
putting
4
an album
years from
together, and then what do you tend
One of
to
us
do
will
with
be
it?
dead. No, we definitely. I mean, if the climate is the way it is, we'll probably put it out on vinyl and digitally for sure. That's what we'll do.
Are you gonna tour it or?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what your definition of tour is.
Yeah, we'll go.
Denton, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin.
Texas
we're gonna,
tour?
We're going to do the 30-day Texas tour.
Nice.
I'm down, man. That sounds fun, actually.
But yeah, I don't think touring's in our. Yeah, but who knows?
Right?
We all
Yeah,
may be.
I mean,
We all may be in a different place.
Dude, never say never. We could all be jizzing in our own vinyl mixes
Yeah.
in no time.
And then, so tell us about the last song that we're going to play.
Oh, I don't know what song to play. Let me see.
What song are we playing?
I don't know. What song are you playing?
I don't know.
Do you want to? We have a cover on there. Can we do?
Yeah.
Okay. There's.
I don't think we can do a cover. I think
I
that
don't think
fucks
you
our
can.
trademarks up.
Do you have the mechanical license for it?
Yeah.
If you own the
Yeah,
mechanical
we own
license,
it.
should be able to-
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
But
it's
hold on, YouTube may still piss on it.
Breaking the
They-
law. Breaking the law.
Yeah, they may. They may still piss on it.
Well, fuck YouTube.
We'll play it anyway.
It's no, we don't have to do it. It's
corporate
fine.
overlords.
It's fine.
Just
Look
hey,
down on
there's going to be a sweet cover on this album, guys.
Let's just do.
How about could I request a deep cut? Like,
Oh,
what's
yeah,
a
yeah,
what's
yeah,
a what's
yeah.
a what's
Let's
a
do-
favorite deep cut
If we're
for
ending
you
the
guys?
show, let's end it with how we end the set.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I like
How do we
that.
end the set?
And
You
that's how they
truly
decide.
are the singer.
You don't know how we end the set?
Oh, seal the deal. Yeah.
Sealed the deal.
Yeah, let's do that.
Seal the deal sounds good. All right, where can we find you guys online?
At thespectacleband.com, dofootrecords.com. That's it. Yeah.
There you go.
And any way that you can stream music or buy it.
Yeah, LimeWire. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right, good deal.
Bandcamp, whatever your sauce of music.
Nice. Well, thank you all so much for coming out, guys.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. You guys are Denton staple. You're one of the last standing Denton metal bands around
Yeah, we
here.
love working with you guys.
Yeah, we love playing with you guys too, man.
The Denton bands with walkers.
Yeah.
Been around so long.
Right?
It's true.
Yep. But everybody's still upright, so
Yeah.
keep at it, and we look forward to seeing
Thank you, Ben
some
Gay.
new shit soon.
All right, guys, thank you very much. This has been the Warlord Radio Podcast, and we're going to play you out with Seal the Deal
Nice.
by The
Nice.
Spectacle.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Later.